was trying to plant shrubs for privacy as well as wildlife, I was having a hard time trying to find maybe the best balance for what I needed. And I'm going to take you through what I planted 4 years ago, and then give you some recommendations based off of one, which ones offer the best privacy, two, which ones I think are the most, not necessarily most beneficial, but most browsed maybe by birds as well as insects. So let's take a look. There are two Aronia melanocarpa black chokeberries. There's one serviceberry, that's Emelanchier levis, and then there is a black hop viburnum, which is Viburnum prunifolium. Aronia melanocarpa sets fruit, not very dense growth. It does spread a little bit, but it gets this, I don't know if it's stress from heat or if it's just because it's in a rose family, but the leaves turn red prematurely and they fall. Deals with a lot of aphids, aphid damage, which is okay because ladybugs will come and they browse, but birds don't really prefer the berry, so, and humans don't really find them that sweet, so they are okay, they're not bad, but yeah, I would say not necessarily recommended unless you're just really interested in growing them. They do, I would say, I guess, number one benefit of Aronia is that insects do browse them when they set flower early spring. Probably the most beneficial thing about them. Two, serviceberry, everyone knows about serviceberry. You're not going to get the berries. The birds are definitely going to get them before you do. They are sweet. They do taste good. But rose family, so leaves turn various colors and they fall, deals with aphids, and then it also kind of has a weird growth pattern, but not very dense for a privacy hedge. Very recommended for a privacy hedge. I can't comment on the habitat for, well, it creates good bird, like a bird coverage, but I can't comment on fruit set as I don't have two. But I would definitely recommend this for bird habitat, for privacy. It's very dense. It stays green almost all year except for in the winter. Little insect damage and then little disease, so highly recommended for privacy. So first we'll start with the dwarf chinkapin oak, which is Quercus prenoides, actually setting fruit in its 4th year. Highly recommended for a privacy hedge. It's dense. It's only actually one trunk, but there are trunks that come off the base pretty low. I did not prune this in the form of a tree. I wasn't really interested in that, so highly recommended for like a privacy hedge. Only experience I have with insect damage is it had scale in its 1st or 2nd year, but that's about it. And then June bugs or May beetles hit it pretty strong this early spring. We'll go with this one, which is Cornus. Cornus racemosa. It's not necessarily the best habitat for it. I think it's too dry, but it stays green. It sets fruit. Birds get to it, but they don't go nuts. Same with Cornus drummundi, but the big difference being, look at how dense the foliage is. So privacy hedge, and then maybe if you wanted a tree or something. Birds don't really go nuts over Cornus drummundi as far as fruit set. It's not dense, so I wouldn't really recommend it as a privacy hedge, although I do think it looks cool. Cornus racemosa, highly recommended. Quercus prenoides, highly recommended. This is Cornus amomum, silky dogwood, I believe. Highly recommended for privacy hedge, although it will move. It sends out these long stems that droop, and then I believe it tip roots. but the berries are blue, the birds go absolutely nuts over them. They are gone before anything is gone in here. Only downside is that it does spread a little bit, but if you kind of have it contained amongst other things, it doesn't really matter. And then arrowwood viburnum, which is Viburnum dentatum. You can see that it will eventually be very dense, great for privacy. And I do think you need 2 for fruit set, although I feel like maybe you don't. I thought it didn't have perfect flowers. We'll keep an eye on that. Maybe yeah, that's definitely an arrowwood viburnum. Anyways, highly recommended for privacy. You can see how thick this is. I mean, we have a school in our backyard. And look how pretty that is. Okay, if you want another video of maybe just the single species, more photos or videos from a different angle, I wish I would have had that. So if anyone wants one, let me know.